Hey, what's going on YouTube? BD Kane 721. How's everybody doing this day after Labor Day, Tuesday morning? I hope you had a great weekend. I certainly did. Loved my weekend. Started out with a trip on Friday up to Anaheim, California to the convention center, which is right next to Disneyland actually, for those of you that care, for the Burbank card show. I was real excited. I've been talking about this for several weeks now, and I wasn't disappointed at all. It was a huge show, 2 large rooms at the Anaheim Convention Center, one upstairs, one downstairs. So you had a lot of walking to do, several hundred tables, and took me about 4.5 hours just to get through all the dealer tables. Felt like a national kind of feeling, even though, it was probably about a fifth of the size of what the national is, but still easily the largest show I've been to outside of the national. So I really had a good time. Highly recommended. I think they're going to have another one in Q1 of 2024, and then they're going to have another one over there at the Anaheim Convention Center next year, same time, probably in August sometime. So just another great show to go to. The Long Beach Expo is next weekend, but I'm not going to go to that because PSA was at the Burbank show, so I was able to drop off some cards there. I don't need to go back up to the Long Beach show this time. And then Del Mar has their next show coming next month, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's crazy because 5, 6, 7 years ago, there really wasn't any good show to go to in Southern California as far as I'm concerned. There were a lot of smaller ones throughout the different communities, but nothing this large. So I'm really excited that things have ramped up here in SoCal. Didn't get to meet any YouTubers there at the show, but I did get to meet one fantastic YouTuber this weekend, which is another reason why I had such a fantastic weekend. Ken, over at Ken's Cardboard, was in town here in San Diego this past weekend. He and his wife came out, I think, to visit family and to spend a little vacation time out here. And they were gracious enough to pencil us in for the game at Petco Park on Saturday night. The Padres played the Giants on Saturday night, and he and his wife came out to meet myself and my wife at the game, and just had a great time. I've never met Ken in person. I've always just communicated with him through YouTube and through messaging. So it was fantastic to meet him and his wife and get to know him a little bit better. So Ken, if you're watching, thanks so much for spending the time with us. We had a great time, and we hope to do it again next time, maybe in Colorado, when my wife and I will travel out there to see a Rockies game. And we were talking about that being for next season. So we're looking forward to that. So what I'm going to do is turn the camera around and show some cards that I picked up at the show. Nothing really big. I'll talk a little bit about what I went through when I was purchasing some cards and some of the decisions I made on what to buy and what not to buy. So let me get to it. All right, I'll be back in a second. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate the time. If you've stuck with me this long, I appreciate that. I'm just going to show off the cards that I purchased at the show. Keep in mind that the show was so large that I didn't want to spend my budget right away. So I saw a bunch of cards in the beginning, and I wanted to pull the trigger on some of them, but I had 3/4 of the show still to check out, and I didn't really want to blow the budget. So by the time I got to the end of the show, I was so tired. I didn't want to try to go back and find those tables again, and I really didn't plan it out too well. So I didn't really buy too many large stuff. I did a lot of rummaging through value boxes to come up with some cards to get into the collection. And I'll start out by going through those cards and then show the more of the PC stuff. Whenever I come across any player that I really like in the major leagues, I always try to pick them up, like a Nolan Arenado. I'm not a Nolan Arenado fan per se, and I'm certainly not a PC. He's not one of my PCs, but whenever I see a really cool card of his, I like to try to pick it up. And I just thought this was a neat card, especially since it was numbered out of 25, and it was in one of those value boxes. It's one of those Donruss insert cards, I guess the green version of it from 2018. So just thought it was a cool looking card. Another guy who I really like, really admire in the big league, Salvador Perez, kind of borderline Hall of Fame candidate. What do you guys think? I think he's a Hall of Fame candidate. Not sure he'll get in. He has won some championships. So this is the blue finest from 2022, number to 150. Check out this Mookie Betts. For all of you out there that know, I do have a fan crush on Mookie Betts. He is a Dodger, so that makes it hard, but I really do like him a lot. I try to pick up his cards when I see something I don't have. This is a first Bowman way back in 2014. Didn't have this one. Picked that up for a few bucks. Here's a gold from 2022 Topps, right? Yeah, 2022 Topps. Number to 2022. Clayton Kershaw, Donruss highlights, just a cool looking card. Again, Hall of Fame player. Pretty much have to just put them into your collection from 2021 Donruss baseball, and it is numbered to 149. You can't really see it. It's right down in here. But just a cool looking card. Bryce Harper, Bowman Platinum that I didn't have from 2013. Just cool looking card there. Here's a guy who doesn't get a lot of love in the hobby for obvious reasons. But I'm a big collector of his. I actually do pick up his cards quite a bit, to be honest. Alex Bregman, this is when the Platinum Anniversary collection from 2021, number to 199. Blue, I guess they call it. Maybe Blue Sparkle or Blue Mini Diamond. Check this Joey Votto card out from Bowman. This is from 2007 Bowman draft picks. Joey Votto. Definite Hall of Famer. So just saw that for a couple bucks. Scooped it up. Really cool Bogarts card of him in the Padres uniform. This might be one of those cards I might look for different color variations. This is the blue, number to 150. Again, you can't really see it too well. Is that this year's? So 2023 version, Bowman Chrome. I just thought it was a cool looking card. Aaron Judge, Topps finest. Got a really great deal on this. Can't go wrong, I think, these days with Judge cards. And then a guy that another guy that I really like, Randy Arozarena. When I saw him play here in San Diego, I just like his attitude, like the way he plays the game. Just a solid all-around player. And so I'm starting to look into his cards a little bit. Here's Topps Chrome Black Blue version, number 75 from 2022. And then the Future Star is green from Topps Chrome in 2022, numbered to 99. And last but not least, for whatever reason, I saw this Riley Green in a value box. I think he's got a potential. He's got potential, not a potential. He's got potential to be a good player. I just don't know how the Tigers are going to handle him and how the Tigers team is going to progress. But definite superstar capability, I think. But who knows? Just a little shot in the dark there on the pink version, rookie card. All right, so those are the Rummage box cards that I found. Now on to some PC players, or PC cards. I did pick up a sepia of Tatis Jr. I wasn't sure if I had this one yet or not for this year's Chrome, but it was for $1, so I just scooped that up, put that into my pile. Even though I already have the purple speckle of Manny Machado, doesn't hurt to get another one for the PC box. So I did pick up this one for a couple bucks. And then, speaking of purple speckle, I came across this in a dealer's case. And this is where the interesting story starts, or a couple of interesting stories that I wanted to tell about the show. I left the sticker on so you guys could see what the dealer was asking for at the show. $70 for this card, Jordan Walker, purple speckle, 2023 Topps Chrome. I needed it for my set. And I knew, I know the purple speckle set really well by now. I've been looking at cards every single day. I know what the cards are going for. And I know that $70 was way, way too high. Like almost twice as much as what it was going for. And sure enough, when I looked it up, the recent sales of this card were right around the $35, $40 range. And that's on eBay, of course. So I asked him to pull it out because I wanted to take a look at it. And I said, $70 seems really high compared to what they're going for. And he said, I think it's actually right on the money. So we both looked up on eBay, and I think he realized that he was wrong, and this could have been a price that he put on maybe several months ago, maybe at the beginning, not several months ago, but like a month ago when the product came out, and cards were a little hotter back then. But ever since the Cardinals have just sort of faded away, and nobody really talks about them, I think Walker's cards have gone down in price. So we put that aside. And I said, well, let me see if I can bundle it up, because he didn't really want to move off of $70. And so I found this card as well in his case. 2017 Topps Chrome Gold of Bryce Harper. Anyone who's been watching my channel knows that I recently got back the Gold Wave from PSA as a graded 10, Gem Mint 10. And when I saw this, I thought it'd be kind of cool to have its brother here, have the gold and then the Gold Wave. So I took a look at it mainly to see if it's worth grading. It'd be really great if I could get a card like this graded as a 10 and then have both of them as 10s. And again, he's charging $100. I knew that was a little high as well, so I asked if we could make a deal on the two of them. And luckily, the dealer was willing to listen at that point. And so just a lesson for all of you guys out there that don't go to a lot of shows. If you can bundle, you're going to get better deals. And I was able to get both of those for about 20% less on each one. I still paid up on the Jordan Walker, but I paid probably about what they're going for the Harper. So I was not terribly happy, but I knew that's just the way things go. It shows, and it's hard to really get away from that. Because I either had to make the choice of leaving without the cards or paying a little bit extra and getting the cards. So I'm glad that I did. I really like those two cards. I need to get that Walker into the set and the Harper. And now I'm going to take a closer look at that for grading. The last card I bought was a PC card for my Manny Machado PC. This is the first show that I've gone to in a long time where I haven't bought a Trout card for the PC. So this was kind of cool to get this one in. Manny Machado 2023 Topps Chrome Orange Wave. This rainbow is coming along really nicely, and I'm going to highlight this rainbow in a future video. But this is the lowest number card I have right now, but I have a lot of the other ones already, including the purple speckle now as a card for the rainbow. So these are numbered at 25. Actually, it's on the front. See, I'm used to it being on the back. So it's number 22 of 25. And I think you can only get these in hobby boxes too. So nice find there. Came across this table. It was a father-son duo. The son was probably 18, 19 years old. And the father is obviously the person who's been doing it for a long time. But he wanted me to deal with the son. So we were able to strike a deal, even though I think I paid a little bit up on this card. But it's something I don't see very often. And I was happy to help out the father-son duo at the show. And that's about it. That's all I have. That's all I got from the show, which is amazing to me with considering the amount of time I was at the show. But the reality is, like I said, I didn't want to spend all my budget all at once. And by the time I was ready to go back to tables that I had already visited, I was beat, ready to go home. So I'm glad I got these into the collection. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for it being so long, but I wanted to at least get through all of that because it was such a fantastic show. I'll be back later in the week with an update on the Purple Speckle set, and I will talk to you guys then. See ya.